Hi, my name is Jared. I have always been a fan of history. Learning from the people who have lived before us has always interested me because they can give us major insights to ourselves and how we can better ourselves through their stories and teachings. This story I'm about to read gives us a good example of this by giving us a situation of how a simple testing of ego between two men led to an entire war. In the autumn of 334 BC, Alexander the Great was bogged down trying to take Halicarnassus from the Persians. This long and difficult siege led to many men in Alexander's army getting bored, including two hoplites of the Perdiccas brigade. The two were bunkmates in the same tent, meaning that they often shared tales of their exploits. One day, while drunk, the two got into a fight over who was braver. Eventually, they agreed to settle the argument. They would assault the walls of Halicarnassus all by themselves. The two are reported to have slain many of their attackers before being overwhelmed and killed. However, soldiers from both forces saw the small fight and rushed to help their respective sides, resulting in a full-blown battle. During the attack started by two drunk men, the lightly guarded walls were nearly captured by the attacking forces on several occasions. Had all of Alexander's forces been dedicated to the attack, the city would have likely fallen to two drunk guys trying to test their manhood. This story is an interesting example of how a little conflict between two guys triggered an entire war between rivaling factions. This brings me to think about the managing conflict chapter of our textbook, but more specifically, the variables and conflict styles between the genders. If the two warriors were to have been women, would this have happened? Or even better, if Alexander was a woman, would resorting to violence be the method that would have been chosen for taking over this city? I learned in this chapter that men and women are different in many ways that we handle conflict. Men tend to handle conflict in verbal showdowns or even physical fights, while women typically use gossip, backbiting, and social exclusion. To finish off, after reading this story and learning about the chapter, I've learned that in order to not fall into dangerous traps like these two drunks did, I need to be wary of this trait that men tend to have and approach conflict with someone in a more civil manner, instead of resorting to a test of bravery leading to potential harm. Thank you.